Hello, I'm Michael Beck, the host of MicTheMike and the person behind Chronic Ills. And yeah, it's been a while. I thought I'd try something new. I don't have not done a lot of video, but I have just thought about it, and I know that I appreciate being able to put a name to a face. And so, although I don't, like most, prefer to be in front of the camera, and I think it definitely adds another layer of work to do this rather than simply to share the writing or share the audio. Again, I do see value in showing face, so I wanted to do that, and so I have just now, as of this recording, it was this morning. I had written something, and so I felt inclined to share it, and so that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, if I'm looking down, I'm just looking down at my writing, and we'll try to engage and look at the camera. But yeah, this is we're starting off. This is my first time, so yeah, bear with me if I'm just looking down at my writing. Um, but yeah, without further ado, I guess I'll start off with the title of things: Why over what, but not one over the other. And yeah, we decided to title this. So yeah, and I will put this yeah, in writing on my blog as well. So you're welcome to uh, follow along and read that, or just forget the whole video thing and just read that. That's cool too. But yeah, here we go. In the words of Dr. Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk, admittedly, I'm not an MCU fan, but I did see, I think it was from the Avengers film, but anyways, I have since heard the quote, and yeah, really stuck with me. He says, "That's my secret. I'm always angry," and yeah, that really resonates with me. Because yeah, I get angry, frustrated, and resentful all the time, and it's really an equal opportunity emotion. It's if it's not directed at others, it's directed at myself. And so often it's not that I don't care that I remain silent. It's really that I have this feeling that I need to be certain and correct rather than the importance of being authentic. And there's this fear that by simply kind of being genuine, being honest, that I will say the wrong things, and that will do more harm than good. And so yeah, I do get angry, and I need to feel and express it in some way, but I believe not directed at people. This would only repeat the injury that has been done. And so yeah, I think so much of my frustration, perhaps the one of the greatest of my frustrations is not so much the mystery or the lack of answers to the problems that we face in our modern world today, but that there are things that we know, things which we have practical solutions for. You know, the shock of like, how could this happen? Just really misses the fact that so much of what we deal with is preventable. And there's that frustration when uh, have the thought of, how could this happen? And then you find that out that yeah, it really is preventable. Um, but that we just don't, instead we do whatever it takes, as quickly as possible, and shove whatever consequences there may be under the rug, or after so much time and invested resources, in spite of all evidence that something isn't working, we double down on our efforts because we don't want to lose out on our investment. And in so doing, we choose to work against our own interests, our own beliefs, and our values. We take the cheap and easy solution today and leave ourselves with bigger, even more costly problems tomorrow. But that's not the only thing. It's, we do that, or uh, we eat our own vomit because we paid good money and worked long hours for that 5-star meal. Yeah. But all that being said, it's not that we're bad or evil. And it's not that we, just need someone to prove us that we're wrong and, convince us of what is right. I think that actually misses the point entirely. It's not for lack of intellect or knowledge, see and understand these facts, and then you'll be good. I think we need an entirely new way of seeing, not based only on cold hard facts, but also genuine love and compassion. And we'll only get there. We'll only get to where we need to go once we do less expelling and excluding and trying to explain things perfectly. The Enlightenment, the Enlightenment was oversold, and the postmodern existentialism of the age that we currently live in can be thought as a pessimistic reaction to it. We were told that reason was going to solve all of our problems, but at the beginning / end point, the conclusion of World War One, people looked around and at the wreckage of Europe and the rest of the greater world with the knowledge that reason was used to make the tools of death and destruction that made it possible. And then again with the Second World War, we had entire generations, we had entire nations of very smart, bright people who were swept up by authoritarianism, elitism, and all that eventually, inevitably, leading to genocide. To put out a fire, we need all hands on deck. You can't have that. If you're saying who's in and who's out, or if you need to justify and explain the paradoxical nature of fire, yeah, just the fact that fire has the ability to preserve and bring life and renewal in so many ways, but it also can be a source of destruction. And if we spend a lot of time trying to say, oh, it can't be bad because it's because it's good. Try to go that route, that's just not going to happen. And yeah, you can't address the hurt, which has been done through justification. Like any emotion, it's never right, wrong, or inappropriate, and you'll never get to the why through trying to explain why you or me, I, do or have a right to feel. That's just irrelevant. The important thing is to understand the why behind the feeling. Then you go beyond quick fixes and final solutions, which serve a few but leave the whole world in ruins, and which creates new hurts, which only continues the vindictive cycle of revenge. And that's not justice. And ironically, for so many of us, it's not until we have been hurt that we see that there is a problem. And then it's the anger and sadness which becomes the fuel for change. But it's how we process and what we choose to do with these emotions which ultimately determines the outcome. Will we allow the emotions and experiences of ourselves as well as others to promote curiosity, which can inform us? Or do we jump to really unconscious conclusions because we're really not really being conscious and aware? And this blinds us, I chose my words will only get there when instead of will never get there if, because I wish to focus on the growth path forward with hope that we can and will get there. Undoubtedly, we will make mistakes and it will not come about the way that we expect. But when mistakes do happen and things don't seem to go our way, will we expel and exclude and try to explain things perfectly? Or will we take the risk to step out into the unknown where, yes, everything is included and not everything can be clearly explained? So yeah, that's what I wrote. Those are my thoughts. Would really love to get your thoughts if you feel so inclined. But yeah, thank you for always for considering and contemplating these things with me. And yeah, until next time, please stay well and take care. All right, bye.